Hi, Gemini. Welcome to the Love and Matters of the Heart reading. If you have your sun, moon, rising, or Venus in Gemini, this reading will apply. If you really want a complete picture of kind of the energies available to you, you'll want to check all of those different readings as they apply. So wherever your sun is, wherever your moon is, wherever your rising is, wherever your Venus is. And Venus in particular now because it's a love reading, right? Okay. So this is about relationships. This is about friendships. This is about any place that we put love. You know, it can even be, you know, the love and passion you have for work. But again, as I always say, you know, we can't truly and authentically love another until we love ourselves. So this could also pertain to love of self. So this is a 9-card reading. I have pulled the first 6 placements, and I will tell you what they are about. I'll tell you about all 9. So in the first line, we have the past, the present, and the future overall energies, okay? In the second line, we have, you know, lessons learned. I prefer to say lessons, but they may have been, you know, kind of what were the struggles in the past. The wisdom gained out of those struggles, and then how to utilize wisdom born from experience to move forward, to create the life that you want. And then the final line that I will pull on camera is, you know, who or what to let go of, who or what to focus on, and finally, who or what may be coming in for you, and or the highest possible outcome, okay, for everything that this is kind of laying out. Then I will pull another card from the John Holland deck. What in the heck? I cannot remember the names of my decks. It's ridiculous. The Psychic Tarot for the Heart. I mean, how many years have I had this deck? Truly. You know, okay. Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Okay. By the way, the cards that I'm using for the reading is the Lover's Path Tarot. Gorgeous. Gorgeous imagery. Colors. The major arcana, this is very fascinating. I need to study this more, but is all about the, you know, famous mythic stories of love. Okay, and then finally, postcards from Spirit. So cute. From Colette Baron Reed to tie it all together. Okay? So I pulled these early on so that we don't have to waste time watching me shuffle. So in the past, you have Prince of Arrows is also labeled Cupid here. Okay. So in the past, could be the recent past, could be a while back. I'm sorry, I've been struggling to remember. I've got my new setup and that always disjoints me, kind of like discombobulates me when I move my spaces. So what I'm seeing is Cupid, you know, appears to have made a decision. Cupid appears to have decided, yes, that's where I need to aim my arrow. That's what I want. I'm moving towards it, and as I'm moving towards it, I'm going to be pulling back on this bow, and I will be letting that arrow fly, right? And I'm Cupid, I aim to hit, right? And so looks like there has been, it could be that there was some choice or decision or action that became clear, and you decided to take action towards it. Towards what? But in the present, we have the Nine of Cups. Towards maybe something that would feel more fulfilling. Towards something that would help you to feel that you were capable, a powerful being capable of creating and filling your own cup. Cups are about emotions. Cups are about love. So moving towards something that would feel very emotionally fulfilling. And as I look at this card, I actually see her as a cup, this being, right? So here's the chalice that she's holding, you know, all of her dreams, all of her wishes, everything that she's wanted. And then here she is, the stem, bottom. Well, around her waist, right, is this belt or something. Kind of Renaissance clothing. This belt or clothing or chain or something around her waist, which is your solar plexus. So that's taking action, you know, moving forward. Okay. And then coming down and creating this triangle. Okay. So much like the womb of what I want to create. Could be in partnership or just, you know, as a creative being. What do I want to create that makes me feel, right? I mean, look at her. Contentment. Gratitude. Ecstasy. You know, and this is pouring into now this cup. So it's cup upon cup upon cup. It's almost like she's like one of those, you know, thinking of like a, I don't know why, I'm thinking of like one of those fondue fountains, you know, where there's like, or a chocolate fountain that just keeps pouring over and over. It just looks so lovely and decadent. So moving towards something that would feel more fulfilling, you know, for you. So in the present, it's maybe you're feeling that right now, and moving into the future, or maybe you're just realizing that it's important that you take action. You know, you made a decision, and you're realizing that yes, I am the creator. I am the cup. I am the chalice. I am worthy of having these things that I wish for and that I long for. Okay. And then in the future, this is the same as the World card, triumph. Okay. But when I pulled it, I was like, what is that? Why does it look like she's hiding something? Okay. And then I noticed that it's the story of Dionysus and Ariadne. I think I'm saying that right. Okay, right. But that's her web. That's her silken thread. When she spins the web, you know, she became a goddess. And so I read about the story, and the story is that she was betrayed by her initial partner, and then the god fell in love with her and saw her for her strength and her bravery and her artistry, right? Like she can create and understands that each that she can, how do I say this? That she is the weaver of her world. If you can imagine like a spider's web, and in the spider's web, oh my God, my nose is itchy. In the spider's web, I'm sorry. I always have it with reading. In the spider's web is the spider's home, the spider's ability to hunt, the talent of the weaver, the strength of all of these threads to create one strong structure, food, home and safety for the babies. So, so she becomes then like a goddess by marriage. Okay. Continuing to spin her world, spin her web, be a creative force. So this is like, I don't know, maybe you've been going through some challenging times, maybe even potentially, since we're doing a love reading, I mean, I don't know, maybe there was a betrayal in your relationship, and you know, if you can maintain your strength and your trust in the divine, in your ability to bring into your life all that you wish for by taking deliberate action. And it's deliberate, okay? That, you know, you will be rewarded ultimately. And they're, you know, of course we, you know, level up throughout our lives. We face difficulties and challenges, and then we see a certain amount of success, and then, you know, we have to go and build again. So there could be a sense of completion here, as well as, you know, a new beginning, okay, with the World card. There's a ship on here. You know what I want to say? Dream big, dream huge. What I just heard was, believe that the world is your oyster. If the world is your oyster, believe that I've never really thought of that saying before, but I'm going to think about that for a second. If the world is your oyster, then aren't you the pearl? And isn't life the grit? So you may have been, you know, really kind of learning about or dealing with something that when you have dealt with it, when you have grown through it, you will come out on the other side, not only, you know, kind of having triumphed through this, but becoming, you know, a gem, a pearl, wise in your own right. Okay, so what were the lessons learned here? Four of coins. Okay. So this can be, Four of Coins can be about creating financial stability. in your life. But the first thing that I saw when I pulled this card, and how I often read the Four of Coins, is more about boundaries, about a healthy respect and understanding of boundaries. We don't want to have too rigid of boundaries, right? Which is why a lot of, I think one of the readings for the Four of Coins is about greed. But that can be stingy, being stingy with yourself, with your energy. We don't want to be like walled off from people. When I saw this, I was like, man, like this being is coming up behind her, and it's like she doesn't even notice. It's like she's so walled off from, is this spirit? Is this a guide? Is this an actual man in her life? Is this actual person? Remember, genders, it doesn't matter whether you're a male or a female watching this. Just think of the other, okay? And you can flip it. This is a general reading. So, but it's just almost like she's so, like, I see that she looks like she's resting, but she also looks a little closed off, apathetic. Being basically propped up by the coins, the money, the things, the stuff. There's different things that could be going on here, but kind of, if we're looking at the lessons learned as, well, have you been walled off? Have you been too rigid in your boundaries? Alternatively, have you been too weak in your boundaries? Have you been, there's really sort of nothing behind her that's protecting her from this person, this energy sneaking up on her either. I mean, she's just so, it's like her vision is in one direction. Do you need stronger boundaries? Maybe you need to be thinking about more than the coin, more than the material. And I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. Okay. Because if I can, I'm going to show you these two together. Because right after that was the Four of Cups. So I just want you to see how they're facing each other. So now we have this person kind of in their own little world, right? While this person is looking back in this direction, okay? But it's the Four of Cups. So there's really this kind of fours are about stability, but they're also kind of a resting spot before taking action. And in all of the suits, like there's an active change component in 5. Okay, and so 4 is, for me, in cups, is there's like a real contemplative energy, like, this is okay. This is what I have before me, but is it enough? Is that enough to fill my cup? And I'm sorry, I tried to pull my camera down so you can see the images, you just can't. So I'm going to have to do it like this. So this is what this looks like. So this is above here in the present This is the present, and this is wisdom gained. And so what I'm wondering is what you have built up, the money, the house, the business, you know, is it enough? Is it enough to give you this energy? And I think because this is in the wisdom position, that you know that it isn't. That this is superficial and that there's more. There's more to life. There's more to what would feel joyful for you. Look, she's even got like, looks like she had a crown or something on her head and she took it off. She's putting it to the side. Is this one? I really have used these cards one other time, and that was last Valentine's Day or around abouts. She does. She has some kind of a band on her head. I don't know that it's necessarily a crown or a tiara or it's a decorative thing, but you know, I just feel like the wisdom that you have gained is an understanding that the material stuff is not enough. It's just not. Okay. And that it's important for you to really take some time to reflect on, well, then, if that isn't it, what do I need to change? What do I need to move toward? What do I want in my cups? Because this is 4, and we're trying to get all the way to 10. And there is a sense here in the present that, you know, you have at least an understanding that you want to move towards at least self-fulfillment, you know. And when we see 10, we see the kids, the baby, the house, you know, the 2.5, the white picket fence, all of that. But this is like feeling wishes fulfilled, satisfaction with yourself, within the self. And again, you can't share a life with someone unless you know what it is that you want that's satisfying to you. And if you never speak up, if you're so walled off that you're not capable of expressing that to another, let alone yourself, well, then you need to take time, right? I mean, that's really important to do, you know? And I just noticed that she's sitting inside the castle walls, right? While all of this is out, the whole world is out there. The windows to the world. Opportunities. Are behind her. Are behind her. More. Okay, and then Queen of Staves. So how to utilize the wisdom gained to create the life that you want. Well, the Queen of Staves is the same as the Queen of Wands, okay? And she's moved by spirit. She's moved by, you know, instinct, by her passions. She's very creative, entrepreneurial, passionate, sensual. This one looks like a bit of a witch, right? Like in a good way, right? Like she understands kind of like the power of manifestation. It's like she kind of understands, you know, consequences and karma and magic, law of attraction. And how do we pull things towards us? You know, how does that law of attraction work? Well, we take time to reflect on not just what we want. It's not even about that. It's how we would feel if we manifested something. You know, like when I've done vision board workshops, there's, yes, we're cutting out pictures. Yes, we're, you know, posting little inspirational quotes and words and all of that. But at the end, when we start really doing like the magic, if you will, you know, I'm asking my clients to now let go of the images and connect with, and we're doing like a little meditation, connect with, what are you feeling? What does it feel like? And that's what we focus on. Oh, that's what I want. I want, for instance, I want to feel joy. I want to feel free. I want to feel excitement. I want to feel safe. I want to feel love. I want to feel, you know, whatever. And she understands that. Because the thing that we think we might want, oftentimes, no, it doesn't provide the feeling. I think I want the business. I think I want X amount of money in the bank. I think I want, you know, a 5,000 square foot house, but then we get the thing and then we don't feel that. And so it's like, no, wait, that's not the way you manifest. You manifest from understanding like that I want to feel this. What is this? Okay, well then I'm going to focus on that. And am I taking the steps necessary to create that feeling? Okay. And so she moves confidently forward in that. She's very, very clear, and she doesn't move towards or mess around with anyone who doesn't reflect back to her that feeling. You know, her dress is orange, sacral chakra, partnership, self-esteem, confidence, creativity, right? Okay. That was a lot of words, very wordy. Mean to be so classy about it, or I don't want to say teachery. Okay, so let's look at let's look at what to leave behind. Who or what to leave behind. Okay, so we have 9 of coins. Okay. Also in the wow, look at that. Got a lot of coins going on in here. Gemini, look. So I actually enjoy this card, but we're talking about what to leave behind. So this could be the sense of independence, of needing to do it on your own, of it could be a person who is very independent. And I mean, if you want this kind of energy, I'm not sure that this person has it. But if this is you, then, oh yeah, look. And then at the bottom of the deck, okay, so this is what I want to say. Who or what to leave behind. Bottom of the deck, this is about collaborating, okay? And this is an independent energy. Independent, financially independent person who trusts 100% in their ability to build the life that they want because they have, right? But they're alone. So I feel like this is maybe you felt very alone in what you've been trying to build, or maybe if you're in a partnership, which with the exception of this card, which is in what you can create in the future, all of these cards show one person. So you might be, just struggling with, like, I'm building my tower, all alone. And I feel like, look at how sad and alone she looks. She has to understand, like, we collaborate and we build the strongest structures when we're working together. And it is important to be able to know that you can do this and to be independent. But it's like, it's time to go, time to let that go for some reason. And congratulations to you if you have created that sense of self and independence in your life. 100% important. Otherwise you'll be, codependent and susceptible to, situations or relationships where you're dependent on someone else. You have to know that you're independent, okay? But at some point, I think it looks like you might want more. What to focus on? Ooh. Yeah, so remember I said 5s are changes, right? Yeah. So we have the 4 of Cups. Remember, reflecting on, is this enough? What I have built, what I have, is this enough? So we move from 4 of Cups, and under that is 5 of Cups. And I think what happens is she decides, she understands, she realizes, no, and she needs to grieve. Allow herself to grieve. Like Ariadne probably had to grieve along her path when she was betrayed by her husband or lover, whoever it was. And then she married a god. She was with a mere mortal, then she married a god, and then she became a goddess. And so, but to everything there is a season. And it looks like, right now is a time for you to focus on the process of grief, which does require a certain amount of acceptance. Grief moves through the stages in all different manners. It's not like stage 1 complete, stage 2 complete, it's not a linear thing. It goes back and forth and around and around. So you can move anywhere from anger to bargaining to denial to bargaining to despair to acceptance to despair to anger to, it's all over the place. And so it's time to grieve and allow that process to flow through you, but just recognize that there's still, let me hold that up there. 3 cups are spilled, but there's still 2 cups standing. Okay. And when he's ready, he can turn around, pick up these 2 cups and take them back where the light is on. See if I can see anything else in here. In the evening. It's kind of sad how he is, he's crying and he's alone. It's at night, and he's hiding his face. It's like, it's almost as if there's so much shame associated with this. With this loss, with this realization, with this grief, that the grieving has to take place. I don't know why I'm laughing, but the juxtaposition between this person here, la la la, look at me, I've got all this stuff, and this person crying in the dark of night, outside of the home, sad, hiding their face in shame. But who wouldn't want to choose that? No, you have to leave it behind. Who would want to focus on this? People that want to get to the 10 of Cups. People who say, no, there's more. There's more for me, and I'm going to have to do the hard work to let go of things that no longer work for me. Jobs, relationships, situationships, beliefs about myself and the world. It could be anything. Again, this is a general reading, but it does seem to be associated with, finances, and there can be a certain element of the home and family related to that. I don't know why I feel like she's kind of like locked in a castle here, but she certainly is free there. She's like, yay, I'm out. Right? There's this potential here for me, but he's got to grieve. This person has to grieve. Don't stay there too long. You could move into depression. And so you have to always know, please always be aware, maybe he's hiding his hand is blocking the vision of these 2 cups. Put your hand down, get out of shame. Recognize that when you're ready, you pick up these 2 cups and you go back and you prepare to receive. to start building again. So who or what is coming in, or what is the highest potential outcome for Gemini? Who or what is coming in, or what is the highest potential outcome for Gemini? Oh, wow, that was quite the stack that we're not going to take. I mean, I'm not taking that, okay? Something has to die, I'll tell you that. Something has to be accepted, let go of, allowed to pass, so we can transmute, transform. Well, how many cards are we trying to give me now? All right, we'll go with the 4. Let me just make sure it's just 4. Looks a little complicated, okay? Although I will say your energy has not been as scattered, okay, as some of the readings I've done previously. Okay, so we have the King of Arrows at the bottom of the deck, which I feel is, I mean, this is King energy, right? And so there's a practicality with this one. There's a sense of integrity. I mean what I say what I mean. I'm putting together a practical plan. I'm decisive. I'm looking at this from a higher perspective. I'm not mired down in all the muckety muck like something. Yeah, and then the tower is underneath it. You know, so once the tower crumbles, I come up with a plan. And it's fair and it's just. You know, I'm not ruling with some sort of ego trip. You know, I'm not coming up with this plan to serve just me. Okay. What in the world is going on here? Prince of Cups. What is... Okay, well, maybe something new. I'll just tell you why I said that. Oh, what? I just saw the next card. Okay. What I saw was one of those little baby king little pouches that you carry around in your front. And when I first looked at it, I was like, is he carrying a baby in that little pouch? Prince of Cups. Well, you know, there's definitely a dreaming quality. Maybe an offer, maybe something either that you would like to extend, or maybe someone else is extending towards you, or it's just, you know, movement towards a fantasy towards something that you want to initiate in order to, you know, I mean, this is a person specifically, looks like. Well, let's just see what the other cards are, and that'll help me. Okay, so I smiled because, dang, there's the 10 of Cups. Okay, now in this deck, there is no house there, right? But we do have the rainbow, promises, fulfilled, hope, has sustained these people on their journey. The tree is full and lush and offers soft protection, shade. It's almost like two trunks kind of intertwined together. I mean, you know that tree has been there a long time, and you know that the waves have crashed. There have been storms. There have been droughts. There has been, um, lots of conditions that this tree has fought to live through. These people are, kind of, they have a little tiny baby. You can't probably see it in their arms. But they've reached this place, right? And it is, so it's a completion, the 10 of Cups, but it's also, a hint to the next thing. It's a hint to, okay, so we've achieved this together and we're happy, and now we start again. And the new beginning, right, is raising a family. There's this little baby. Maybe they need to build a home now. Maybe they need to build it a little bit further off of, where the waves can crash up. I mean, I don't know. But they've achieved something very emotionally stabilizing, very emotionally fulfilling. Together. Or maybe they each had the independent wishes of the 9 that came together, and then they decided to do it together, and now they create the 10. Okay? The family. But we have the 5 of Staves. So change, again, okay? There can be an internal conflict with the 5 of Wands or Staves. And there can be a sort of spirited hashing out. Maybe this couple says, well, I want our house built of brick, and the other one's like, no, brick is too rigid. It's too, I want to be able to appreciate hearing, I don't know, the waves crash up. I'm making crap up. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, when you get into a partnership, I mean, sometimes the arguments are so stupid. It's like, wait a minute, what's our goal? Was our goal to be happy? Or was our goal to decide whether the cap is on the tube or not on the tube? Like, is that really that important? I don't know. It could also be, oh, whoa, and then we have awakening. So the sun. Psyche. Be really, just, okay. I mean, that's awakening as, really joy, fun, play, childlike, jubilant. Is that the word? Jubilance? You know what I'm talking about. And it's, just a sense of like coming back to life. Coming back to life. I'm coming back to experiencing joy, and the sun is shining on me after this long ass trip. It's been a long journey. Some of it has been pretty freaking real and pretty freaking tough. But now I get to play again, and I get to have to remind myself that after all of this, life and the world is a beautiful place, even if I had to go through, struggles. My soul oh, I was hearing a song and I was like, wait, but I don't understand. Um, How Great Thou Art. Look up, I'll post that in the description box. That my soul sings. How great thou art. But what I'm thinking of is like, yes, God is creation. Creation is God. You are a part of that, and you are a creator. And, yeah, you're going to go through tough times. But in the end, the journey, that's life, and it's great. And you can believe that you can create this. And I feel like maybe that's what most of this is about, is that there is this belief, in a sense, that, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm starting over, maybe. Interesting. I don't know the story of Tristan, but let me just say this. What I just saw is, see his cape? It's got like all the stars. Okay. And he's crying under the stars. He can take that cape, throw that one off, and wrap himself in the stars, in the cosmos. The belief in what is going on? Oh, belief in his place as a powerful, creative, divine being. And you know what? If he is starting over and it creates some conflict, oh well. Might be some internal conflict. It could be conflict with others, but it's nothing. It's not anything real dangerous. It's change. All change comes with conflict, but it leads to this, right? An awakening. Okay. Wow. That was a lot of talking. Okay, let's see what we got. One more card. Okay. Heart chakra. Was it 2? Okay, it's 2. Yeah. New beginnings. Okay. Strengthening bonds with the things that support you as you move forward to start building anew. Release. Okay, well, this is the Death card, and like I said, that kind of wanted to show up here earlier in that giant stack. Yeah. Okay. Going to have to heal. Start working with those dark places or childhood wounds. Start working with your inner child, or working with the things that you keep hidden maybe. I think once you deal with them, you know, this is the moon card. Well, after you shine your light and do the work, the necessary deep dive to transform and let go of all of that hurt or limiting, you know, belief systems or, I mean, if it is a relationship, you know, it's got to go, and you do the deep dive in the work, you know, psychological work. Well, your soul, psyche, sorry, reawakens, and here we go. Wow, Gemini, this has been an hour. This is not supposed to be an hour. I am so sorry. But there you go, okay? And we'll get a postcard. Way too much talking. Way too much talking. Well, Gemini, that's Gemini for you, though, isn't it? Air. It's interesting. You didn't have a whole lot of air cards in here. But let's see. Dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce, joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Exactly. Dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. I mean, dear God, that's that, right? Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. It would be like that. It would be like this. It would be like this. Okay, my dog's having a heart attack, and I am going to wish you well, Gemini. Please take a second to hit like, share, subscribe, or comment. That really helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate you. I'm so sorry this was so long. Okay, be well. Bye-bye.